Wendy Alane Wright, Hollywood Talent Manager, Los Angeles, California, sapphire necklace. Amazing. I am answering questions from actors who have subscribed to my YouTube channel and have been asking me questions. And I'm just banging out videos, answering these questions, and I'm setting them up to be automatically released every week in my YouTube channel. So just set your alarm, your notifications so that you get notified as to when I'm answering another question and to check out what other amazing new necklace I'm wearing, because I'm doing both. I'm answering questions and wearing necklaces. Yeah, it's like comedians in cars getting coffee. Wendy answering actors' questions wearing necklaces. Sapphires from India. I mean, first of all, I'm born in September. I'm a Virgo. Sapphire is my birthstone. And wearing a rope of sapphires feels like I'm royalty. And I love that. And my question that I was asked today is, how do you know if a rep is legit or a good fit? Excellent questions. Excellent questions, you guys. So a rep means representative, and that also means an agent or manager. So how do you know an agent or manager is a good fit for you? That's a great question. You don't want to just sign with any agent or manager. Okay, you don't want to just sign with anybody just because somebody says they're interested in you. Let me tell you what you're looking for when you sign with an agent or manager. Okay? You're looking for someone who has watched your acting and got goosebumps because they loved it so much. They watched your acting and they just loved your work. And that's a person who can't wait to call a casting director and talk about you, who can't wait to introduce you to producers they know and directors they know. They can't wait to pitch you on the phone, especially because you have such great marketing materials for them to use. So the agent or manager that you sign with should be able to look at your acting clips and say, I love this about your acting. I love this about your energy. I like this about your work. And that's why I want to sign you. I also think you're marketable because of this, this, and this. And I love your look. It's great for these kind of roles and these kind of shows. Now, if they can't tell you all of that, that's not necessarily a good fit for you. You don't want to just sign with anybody. If you don't sign with someone that is really excited about, it's like dating. You just want to date anybody? Or do you want to date someone that's really into you? Because if they're just not that into you, nothing's going to come out of it. Then you kind of hang around on the roster while they date other people they're more interested in and eventually drop you, right? So you want to find someone that's as equally excited about you as you are about them. And they should know, an agent or manager knows, like they usually sign clients because they have holes in their roster. There's two reasons they sign. They fall in love with your talent and they want to work with you. Doesn't matter if they have a hole in their roster or not. They want you. They think they see like a path forward for you. They see that they could get a lot accomplished with you, and so they want to try it. The other way they sign is if there's a hole in their roster, which means they don't have a lot of Asian males 25 to 30, or they don't have anyone that speaks Farsi, or they don't have someone who does a British dialect, a Southern dialect. They don't have an African American in his 60s. Some kind of hole on their roster they don't have. They don't have a boy, a Spanish boy, 10 to 20, or a girl 10 to 20. There's something missing on the roster. Agents try to cover all types, but they do want to sign people that are great actors that fit those types. And then people say, well, when's a good time to submit to an agent or manager? Anytime, really, because if you're right for them and they need you on their roster and they fall in love with your work, they're going to want to meet with you, right? So there's a lot of myths. Oh, well, you can't submit during this time and you can't submit during that time. Bullshit. You can submit in any time. Just remember, you might have to submit more than once to the same agency. You might have to submit every 4 months to the same agencies. because they are busy. They don't get to all their submissions. You have to keep being persistent, persistent, persistent. How do you know if they are legit? First of all, no agent or manager should charge you an upfront fee. Never, never. We don't charge clients to manage them. We don't charge clients to be their agents. Agents and managers earn a legitimate commission from the work you book. So if you are on a job, a commercial that pays $1,000, your agent earns $100. That's it. There are in smaller parts of the country, there are a lot of little agencies that sometimes charge a tiny fee to put you on their website. Sometimes that's okay. That's not a big deal. But if people are making you shoot with their photographer and making you take their classes in order to represent you, no, that's not okay. There are some places called mother agencies where they are agencies in small regional parts of the country. They're the only people in Fargo, North Dakota, usually some kind of retired actor or somebody that went to LA to try to make it and didn't make it. But they love acting. They went to theater school. They got an MFA in theater. They got to their state of North Dakota. Their family died, their father or mother, and they ended up there, and they decided to open up an acting agency. They have some experience. They maybe booked a couple of things here and there. Maybe they did theater. They're trying to develop you and represent you as an agent. So they're kind of like a manager agent. They are helping you get your headshots and helping you, telling you what acting classes to take. Sometimes they're offering classes themselves. You have to be careful when that scenario happens, because some of those people are not good teachers and they were not good actors, which is why they're in North Dakota. They didn't make it, but they're still passionate about it, and that's okay. Some of those people are really good actors. Life just took them in a different direction. They had great training. They worked for quite a while on TV and film, and now they've moved to a different location in Texas or Missouri, and then they're living their life out of Hollywood, and they're still doing their passion. That's fine. Just be careful about those situations. Sometimes you can ask other actors that are in the school, in the program, and see what their experience has been. Look on Facebook and see what those experiences have been. You can post that question about an agency in my Facebook group, Talent Managers for Actors. If you have any hesitation or question or doubt as to whether an agency is legitimate, you can post that question. Excuse me. Name the agent or managers that you're looking at, and we will tell you whether or not we've got information about whether they're legit. Okay? Excuse me. If they're charging you $1,000 for classes and headshots, but they won't give you a list of photographers they recommend, like they should be able to give you a list. Here's 3 or 4 photographers. Here's 3 or 4 different acting classes. We also offer them too. Some states, smaller cities, like smaller towns, the agent does offer classes, or they bring in teachers from other markets to teach their roster. If the prices are reasonable and that's all that's available, sometimes that's your only choice. However, because of everything on Zoom now, you do not have to count on training in smaller little markets with smaller little average teachers that don't really know how big time auditioning works and big time acting works, right? On Zoom, you can train with anybody. You can train with the best coaches in London, New York, Atlanta, so LA. In New York, you could train with James Ciccone and William Esper Studios. In Atlanta, you could train with Alex Collins and Kathy Rankin and Rod Rowland. In LA, you can train with Darren Warren, Amy Linden, Risa Brayman Garcia, Clay Banks, Judy Kane, Terry Berland. You don't have to be stuck with local training. at all during this time. And I highly suggest if we're still in COVID while this video is showing, that you're training your ass off as much as possible with every professional coach you can find to make you the best actor you can possibly be. Okay, so what should you write in your cover letter so you won't sound like a newbie? Good answer. Good question, I mean. I'll answer that in the next video. Subscribe and like. Thanks for the love. I'm going to figure out a necklace for my next video, and I'll see you in a minute.